It's your boy Montoya Smith, aka Black Socrates. All I ask is that you think.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Montoya Smith, aka Black Socrates, and welcome to the Just My 3 Cents pop-up podcast. As I am bringing on special guest Ashley Thomas from Making Money Matter Mondays. Well, Making Money Matter is her actual company, but we wanted to highlight an event that we've been doing together for a year. It's our 1-year anniversary of Making Money Matters, where money and mental health meets. But Ashley, thank you, Queen, for being with us.
Yes.
Like this 1-year celebration, and Dr. Pitman hopefully will be on with us pretty soon. But thank you for being with me, Queen. If I could just highlight for anybody out there that may be tuned in, the Mental Dialogue, as you see behind my head, the community club, we basically put together an event with Ashley and her Making Money Matters company, and we'll let her give her background, tell about herself, as we're highlighting a Zoom, a private Zoom that we've been doing for a year now. It's a 1-year anniversary, and we want to celebrate that 1 year and tell y'all about upcoming aspects to that community that we're looking to build to teach you about money from a mental health perspective so that you can improve your finances. But thank you, Queen, for being with us. If you will, tell people how long you've had Making Money Matters and, just how long you've been in this space.
Yeah. So I've officially been a business with the state of Georgia since 2017, even though I've been telling people what to do with their money since 2009, 2010. So it's been a couple of years in the game, and man, some of what we do, I help people discover their money mindset, really uncover their financial goals, and help them create a budget and move towards just having the financial life that they want by tackling some of those limiting beliefs and partnering with Dr. Pitman so that we can address that money and mental health. And outside of, what I do for Making Money Matter, I'm also in finance. So I am a client management consultant for a financial advisor in the Atlanta area. Finance in and out all the time.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, without further ado, let's jump right into Making Money Matter Mondays, which has been a great opportunity. As I've always highlighted when I met you, you've now been a member of the Mental Dialogue Community Club, which I highlighted. But the opportunity to discuss mental health and money is something that's always been near and dear to you. And putting together this once a month, every second Monday, Making Money Matter Mondays event has been an opportunity for you to kind of bring that to people who may not have heard of you, and find out about your services. So one is that kind of opportunity, and even for people that maybe are not ready to take the step to getting financial coaching specifically, it's an opportunity for them to still get some financial literacy and deal with whatever mental health issues they may have that are related to their money. Because I think that's the biggest misunderstanding is people don't understand how closely related money and mental health are. So if you could just highlight starting that event, and then we'll get into maybe our favorite ones that we've had this year and tell people about what we have upcoming.
Yeah. So, I think one of the biggest things that comes with money and mental health is that people tend to think that they're not correlated, that they have no connection. And when you really take a look at it, right, the money part is easy. It's just math and subtraction. Either you have it or you don't have it. what you're running up against is your triggers and traumas and the things that you have experienced or subconsciously learned about money that really impact that. And so Making Money Matter Mondays is an opportunity for us to educate and have these conversations where it's not just money, it's not just mental health, it's looking at the two of them together with professionals who can give you real life examples, give you tools and strategies to really look at how you can overcome those obstacles with money and mental health. And so it's just a great opportunity to be educated and engage with other people, because we all experience these things and nobody's talking about it.
So very true. And so I've thoroughly enjoyed those second Mondays. Whoever joins has been able to ask their questions. You, Pitman, have just provided a myriad of information specifically in these areas, as you said, related to those triggers. And again, that's why I think what you're doing, in my opinion, is next level. I think this is a great opportunity, if you will, to highlight maybe, if you will, your favorite show. I'm gonna tell you my favorite show. I like yours, but if you tell me, and I don't know, you got me saying show. See, I don't even look at the Zooms as a show. I look at it, again,
it's a conversation
back and forth where people can come in. So I don't even want to use the word show. But what was your favorite Making Money Matter Mondays this past year? Do you recall your favorite one?
So my favorite one was the insurance episode where we had Kelly Moore on as our guest speaker, and we talked about life insurance. And I think it was a phenomenal show because people really got to understand the ins and outs of life insurance. I learned information that I wasn't even aware of. And, even like looking at the ratings for insurance, insurability, different types of policies, and just having people be able to ask questions specifically about their policies was phenomenal and a game changer for me. And I'm still getting feedback from that show about how amazing it was. And it's a much needed conversation within our community when you're talking about legacy, when you're talking about protecting your family, when you're talking about making sure that you're good and that you have a secure financial foundation. Part of that starts with having life insurance and having enough and being strategic with the policies that you might have from work or different places. And knowing how much you need and being able to have those conversations and knowing that you are supporting your family once you pass away, because we're all going to die. So why not be prepared for it now? So that was definitely my favorite show.
No, I love it. I like the fact that on your survey, you ask, do people have life insurance? Because
right.
we want to make sure that, anybody that even just comes once, we check up on them and make sure they at least have some level of
insurance.
And, and just talking about how in depth those conversations can go. We got Dr. Pitman jumping in with us as well. But to even talk about how in depth those shows can go, I remember that particular show as well. It was one of the best ones. And I remember kind of unfortunately, one sister had some misinformation about term insurance whole life. And she kind of found out the hard way that she's thinking she was covered for years beyond. She was near the end of her term, not realizing that was going to be the end. So I highlight even that example because, again, it's real world discussions that we need to have. And hopefully, that sister has had kind of figured out what she wants to do with her family going forward, because she misunderstood that information prior to our meeting. So I love that example of your favorite show. With that said, you see Dr. Pitman, Dr. Katrina Pitman joining us from A Paradigm Shift, sister with many years of experience with psychotherapy. And so we're going to interrupt real quickly to introduce our new guest to today's quick hitter pop-up Just My 3 Cents podcast. But if you will, Dr. Pitman, say hello to anyone out there listening. If you will, let them know how long you've been in the psychotherapy field. And we say this is where Making Money Matter Mondays is where mental health and money meets. So you are that mental health expert for us. So if you will, tell them a little bit about yourself, Queen.
Hi, I am Dr. Katrina Pitman. I own a practice called A Paradigm Shift, and I love being able to collaborate with this show and be able to really just impact on how our mindset really has a lot to do with our life in general and especially our finances.
No, I love it. Thank you for having it. We just had Ashley, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Hopefully you came ready, but I just had Ashley tell us about her favorite show. Since I'm the host, I'm gonna tell my favorite show last. So with that said, I see Ashley got me saying show.
I said it too, right?
Yeah. I keep saying this is just we on a show right now. This is just pop-up podcast.
A conversation.
Yeah. But our conversations on Making Money Matter Mondays is a private Zoom. All you have to do is contact. We'll let you know how to get in, do that in a second. But if you will, Dr. Pitman, do you recall your favorite Zoom, private Zoom we had this past year? Because we are literally on the 1-year anniversary. I don't know if you remember that, but we started in December of last year.
Yes, one of my favorites, because I do have a few of them, but one of my favorites was the one we did in September, and it was about our credit restoration. I think we had the specialist there, but we definitely talked about how to repair your credit, but also the factors that come in to how a credit score is made. And that one was important to me because those were things that I did not know about. And although it led me to do more research on the other end after we got off the show, it's just that thing. It's where it makes us think and rethink what we've been doing and how the factors that make up our credit score really impact how we look at money. So that was one of my key takeaways from that show, those factors that made up how our credit score comes about.
Now, I love you giving that example, and simply from, like me and Ashley kind of mentioned, that obviously Ashley is a financial coach and people can go through her program and she can individually coach people to get better with their finances.
Mm-hmm.
The Making Money Matter Mondays is an opportunity, whether if you don't know about a coach or you want to learn some financial literacy, like you said, you could just kind of come to that event and get some things that, hey, I got a little information that I can go do something with. So it's several ways that people could take advantage of Making Money Matters. And I think the example you just gave, was a great example of that. And so I'll tell my favorite Zoom that we had, which was the one in which was getting to your number. What's your number?
Yeah.
For me, that one was, I'm in a sense, I like getting details. If I go to something, I want to get some details, because details for me gives me an opportunity to kind of get to where I need to go. A lot of conversations sometimes can be broad, or you go to different seminars or different events, and not to knock anyone else, but anytime I can get details, that just kind of helps me with my learning style. And so the idea of getting to a number was eye-opening. I think was eye-opening for a lot of people that were on that one, because a lot of times, as much as we think we want more money, we're quite often doing it without a destination.
Yeah.
So not even knowing what your number is, and Ashley kept breaking down the things that should be factored into what your number is. The first number I remember you kind of breaking down, Ashley, was just the number to be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas I know I was focused on what's the number to be financially free. But either way, if you don't have either one of those numbers in your head, you're probably holding out here without a plan. So that's why I love that one, because I could tell that entire night, everybody on that Zoom was trying to put together. You realize, recognizing, you know what? I don't necessarily have a plan, even for those that were okay, because you're not coming there if you're not looking to learn something, right?
Right.
And so that's why I love that one in particular. So anything y'all want to maybe mention about that one, and we'll keep this thing moving. We're not gonna keep people on here for long.
Yeah, I like that episode because, to your point, like, people really are out here just like managing their money and not really being forward thinking. And, when you're talking about finances, it's short term and long term, right? Those are the games that you have to play. You have to be prepared for the things that come up short term, which is your emergency savings. And then when you're talking about long term, that's your, 3 to 6 months, or your 6 to 9 months, or your year savings, whatever makes you comfortable. And I think the biggest takeaway with that, when you're talking about mental health and money, is that it has to be okay for you. Whatever someone says, like, oh, I have 3 months, I have 6 months worth of savings, that's fine. But what works for you? What makes you feel at peace with yourself and your finances, and understanding that everybody's number is going to be different, and that's okay.
No.
Yeah, I want to also say that stuck out for me what Ashley said, the one size does not fit all.
Yeah.
Right. And that was key. And like you were saying, Montoya, knowing the numbers, knowing what's okay number and what's the goal number is it just brought more clarity, and it made me think in a more precise way. So as these numbers may shift with my money mindset, I know that I have a goal. I know what factors to put into place to have those numbers and work towards those objectives that I have in place. So the idea of knowing your numbers, and it really is foundational. It's almost like that's where you got to start,
Yeah.
right? You know, what am I working with, and where are my limiting beliefs and my money blockers that keep me from getting those set numbers, and knowing what I need to navigate. It's one thing to survive, and it's one thing to thrive. And with this money mindset, we're trying to shift to a place of thriving financially, where our money makes sense, and it's not managing us, but we're managing our money.
No, I love it. It makes me think of me this morning saying my affirmations, which is something that we get every month.
Every month.
The Making Money Matter Mondays. And so, the affirmation of I am worthy of a beautiful and healthy and successful life, which is our affirmation for this month, which I was saying this morning. And so just highlighting that, because that's what you'll get every month. As a part of Making Money Matter Mondays, in addition to Dr. Pitman sometimes having us do breathing exercises. So you come for the money, but again, we're trying to connect it all. It's kind of a holistic approach is what I would say. But, with that said, we definitely wanted to highlight all of our favorite ones at our 1 year anniversary as we're celebrating that. Woohoo! 1 year anniversary, right?
Yes.
And so let's highlight this upcoming, starting in January, a couple of things that we want to highlight, a couple of small things I think is worthy of speaking to, if you will, Ashley. And again, we'll get out of here real quickly. But if you'll just highlight some things that you think are going to be different going forward, because we've been sponsored by a couple of by Ashley's mom. We've been shout out Michelle, big time sponsor for the Making Money Matters. That's why we're able to make this Zoom event free to any out there.
Yes.
What we're talking about, and you want to be a part of what we're doing. We'll let you know in a second how to stay in contact with us, how to be a part of it. But if you will, Ashley, highlight anything that you think we're going to be doing maybe a little different to improve even in the upcoming year.
Yeah, so one of the things that we'll be adding in the 2023 year are accountability. So we'll be having people tell us what their goals are, so that as we work together as a community, we can hold each other accountable. We can check in to see how our goals are going, and we can talk about those different things that people are working on so that they're getting the tools and the knowledge. We'll also be looking at, specifically for Making Money Matter, looking at group sessions so that people can come in and have conversations with me about their budget without being having to work with me one-on-one. And so I'm just looking forward to seeing how 2023 unfolds for our community as we work towards our goals and work together with it.
No, absolutely. Our next one is, if I'm looking at the calendar right, is January the 9th will be our next Making Money. Every second Monday we
Monday.
do. Yeah,
8 p.m.
8 p.m. And basically the way you do that is you follow Ashley or myself or Dr. Pitman. And so we'll show you how to follow us. That's how we'll end this. But if I can highlight something for the Mental Dialogue Community Club members specifically, if you are a Mental Dialogue Community Club member, we're going to now start offering, because we offer this within on the Making Money Matter Mondays, but we're going to offer also to the club. I want to highlight this real quickly, that you can get a free or $25 session with Ashley or Dr. Pitman. So you can have a budget financial session, or you can have a mental health session for anybody that is a Mental Dialogue member. So I just wanted to highlight something that we have coming in the upcoming year. But with that said, Ashley, tell them how to follow you, and we'll give out all our handles so that you can, all you have to do is DM us to say, hey, I want the link. That's just as simple as that. And you can be part of our Making Money Matter Mondays. So Ashley, we'll start with you, Queen.
Yeah, so all I need everybody to do is to message me on @Making Money Matter LLC on Instagram. You can go to my website, www.makingmoneymatter.org. It doesn't matter. I'm here.
I love it. Dr. Pitman, for anybody that may want to follow you and get that link as well, let them know how to stay in contact with you.
Yes, you can link with me on Twitter on @_a paradigm shift. You can also go to www.drkpitman.com, or you can also just hit me up, old school 404-808-3419.
I love it. For anybody that's not following me, follow us on IG at mental_dialogue. Again, DM me as well. We'll get you the link, or go to mentaldialogue.com and you'll see all the other ways to contact me as well. But we love sharing the link out. And, we want to make sure your family is taken care of and enjoy prosperity going forward, because your mindset is right and your money is right. Making Money Matter Mondays, where mental health and money meets. See y'all hopefully on January the 9th for Making Money Matter Mondays. We look forward to talking to more of you and making sure you're wholesome and whole and financially secure and free in everything that you do. With that said, we're out of here. All I ask is that you think, and hopefully we made it make sense. Thank you, Queens.
Thank you.
Bye.
Queens.
See y'all in
Bye.
2023.